Gotcha. Games are the best.
Well,
They're not. They're literally not.
We're just gonna have to
They're
get
so
started
fun.
without them if we have to.
Yeah, that's right. The bear can be asleep. JR can be racked up in his satchel. And Thorendir gets to go level 17, yeah? Fucking 15, what's his max level?
At this
Yeah.
point, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it, boys.
No answer with Jacob on the phone either.
He could be still coming home from public transport.
You can still answer his phone.
He can still message.
His phone could have died at work. It's happened to me before. Is it ringing though?
Yeah.
Amateur.
Ah,
Take a charger with you to work.
well,
That's what I do.
yeah. Look, actually, my phone's probably never died with me at work. I'm not that dumb. But like, I was trying to make excuses for the boy, alright?
Nah, not allowed. Unacceptable.
Oh, it's definitely not acceptable. And I should probably punch the rest of my beer if I can even
Yep.
insinuate it. Yeah. Them the
Definitely.
rules.
Well, let's get started because I can't be fucked waiting around doing nothing. It is 7:30. This is the time we begin.
100%.
So previously on Tatts and Tarasques, the party had taken a job. In the beginning, the party had taken a job to secure supplies from the town of Waterdeep. I think it was Waterdeep. I don't know, somewhere on the Sword Coast. Neverwinter. Sorry, to get supplies to Phandelver. Thorendir's cousin Gundren Rockseeker of the Rockseeker clan had discovered an ancient cave system that he believed could be turned into a rockin' party spot, and wanted it was sort of a secret location passed down on the Rockseeker line, but had been lost to time and history. Midway through that, what should have been a simple voyage or a simple journey along the old King's Road and to Phandelver, they were ambushed by goblins. Gundren and his bodyguard Sildar were kidnapped, and the lads who came a day late were able to rescue Sildar, but Gundren had been missing. In amongst that, of course, they made their way to Phandelver, got Sildar to safety, burned down a pub, and I think slaughtered an entire basement full of Red Brand ruffians. Since then, these sweet boys who never heard a fly, just troubled they are, made their way into the forest, tracking Hobgoblin sign coming across a castle where Ymir fought one-on-one against an owlbear to rescue Gundren Rockseeker. Meanwhile, Pauly the Parrot had made his way stealthily into the castle and had rescued one Gundren Rockseeker. So the lads ended up leaving the castle, or the keep, I should say, with two Gundren Rockseekers. Pauly, being a bit canny, decided to stay back, hide his Gundren Rockseeker, and kind of let Thorendir know. But upon Thorendir leaving and coming back to the camp, one of the Gundrens was missing. The original Gundren that they had won in their single combat. Ymir possibly being blamed for not feeding the pet that he had won.
Nope.
And at that moment, as they were sort of discussing what to do next, an arrow had flown out of the darkness and struck Thorendir, and it was an orc ambush.
Not an orc, but it'll do.
No, that was the sound Thorendir made when he got shot, dude. He was like, ah!
Absolutely. So we're going to roll initiative just as soon as I can select all the people that are here. There we go.
Tell us when to roll, DM Daddy.
I already did it.
We'll roll from the combat tab because that'll put your initiative actually in the thing. Or if you have your token selected, it should automatically do it. There you go. Yeah, yours is done.
I had a Gundren selected. 1 second.
Look, I only have one dwarf token. Okay.
They're on it? Yes. No. There we go. Ooh, I've got to go fast.
Come on, boy.
And you, boom.
That Koi Orc soldier is slow.
Okay. First up, Pauly, you see this arrow into Thorendir, and he lets out that Murloc-esque kind of cry, and you are first to act as the blades are out almost instantly into your feathered hands, and you see what appears to be a coquettish orc, an obsessive orc archer, and a coy orc soldier.
Koi orc? Oh man,
Koi.
is he a koi fish or is he
Alright.
shy?
He's shy.
Well, I can
Oh,
just make it. I can just make it up to them if I go 30 feet and then dash again.
So you can use your
So-
bonus action to dash, I believe.
Yep.
Yep. And so you'll still be able to use all your attacks.
Attack
Now,
me, boys.
one problem which you're going to find is because I believe it's sort of early in the morning, 1 a.m. It is obviously dark out here, and you do not have dark vision. There is sort of a general campfire that you would
Yeah.
you'd set up.
I can see them if I select my character. That's always a sign that I can.
Yeah, you can definitely see them, but I'm going to
Yeah.
say it's at your attacks will be at a disadvantage, as
Right.
in the gloom it's a lot harder to see them.
Okay, well then maybe I'll. Okay, well I might attack with my bow then for the first shot, and then run in once I've got some boys to help me.
Mhm.
Actually, no, fuck it. I'm going with my original plan. Why the fuck am I being? That's just stupid. There we go. Gah! Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Oh yeah, you rolled twice there.
Yep.
Oh, this just looks different now. I swear every time there's
Roll
an update, these
damages.
things look different. So yeah, an 18 will hit. So 18 was your lowest one. So roll damage.
15.
15.
Because
so
I'm engaging him alone, so that counts as sneak attack.
sneak attack for your swashbuckler.
That's
So
good.
Pauly sort of flies across like Kirito from Sword Art Online with the rapier twirling about, feathers flying. There's sort of a gust of wind past Thorendir, who is still kind of trying to reach around to the arrow in his back, and you start slicing this orc up. It is still standing though, barely.
That's my first attack, and then I'll attack with a dagger as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Probably not gonna. Oh, wait, no, that's talons. That's the wrong thing. Why didn't I go with dagger?
I don't know.
So there's like a +1 or +5 to that. Sorry, I'll roll again. I apologize.
An 11, unfortunately, is not going to cut
Won't
it.
hit. Okay.
As
that's all right.
you're able to catch him off guard with the rapier lunge, talon, of course, in your hands, letting out a bit of a caw, or seemingly the sound of steel slicing through the air, like some kind of natural air predator. Okay, all right, calm down, Thorendir.
Oh shit! No, sorry. That was actually my stream deck when I was talking to people that pressed that. Sorry, it was for some reason I think Alt Shift 6 that I've changed to my Discord mute is done that. Okay, good to know.
But when the dagger comes out, it does not connect Pauly. The orc's able to kind of step aside with his big old great axe. The archer, though, who had been shooting at Thorendir, seeing you close the distance, he steps back somewhat, draws his short bow, and fires at you.
Hits me for 4 damage.
So yeah, it hits you for 4 damage, and you fail the Constitution saving throw, and you notice that there's now a poison flowing through your veins as you become poisoned.
Okay.
It seems like their arrows are tipped with something. Ymir, you're up next.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, Ymir is going to dash.
Do
1,
some big
2,
boy stuff.
4, 5, 60 feet. So to this motherfucker right here. Papa. And end his turn. The trap card face down.
Can you not attack then?
It's not after a dash.
We ain't all the Cochrane ninjas, bros.
Oh, okay, good point.
Exactly. Fucking ninja boy.
The
Ninja.
orc that was taking those hits from you, buddy. He seems mighty miffed and pulls out the great axe, taking a big old swing at Pauly. But even in your sort of sluggish, poisoned state, you're able to parry that blow out of the way and are looking fine. Thorendir.
Okay.
You, I believe, have dark vision. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. A Thorendir who sees this boy hiding in the trees at the back here is going to cast a big old dissident whisper on that boy at the back of the tree there.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, 12. Yeah, he takes half that damage.
Yeah. So half of 18, none is 9. As you start whispering away, under your breath, the orc goes to sort of run in terror, but then shakes it off and in orcish yells, "They have a witch!" And he's going to probably charge in. Let's see, he's got aggressive. Move up to half its speed towards a hostile creature. Okay. All right. So he comes charging in with a big old great axe and brings the hammer down, so to speak. But Thorendir, you're ready for him. He is perhaps distracted somewhat by the light, being sort of cave-dwelling creatures with their sort of dark vision, and maybe even sees the sleeping bear behind you, and slows his pace for a moment. Pauly.
Slows the pace.
Yeah.
Back to me. Back to you, Kent. Okay. I'm gonna leave this beautiful Ymir to the gentleman we're facing right now, and disengage and run to this bad boy here.
Mhm.
Because I can obviously disengage with my rakish audacity without any issue. And I'm
I
going
assume Pauly does that laugh too, like a I leave you to my friend here.
Yes. Yep. And I'm going to attack him with.
He fucked up.
I'm going to attack him with talent.
Oh, damn!
Oh!
Nat 20!
Nat 20?
Give me that damage.
Oh, okay, so I don't need to roll twice, or is it?
No, just click roll damage, the button there.
Oh, no,
It
but
shoots out.
Does it
Is it-
ask you
is
if
it-
it's normal or crit when you hit that roll damage?
No, I'm just curious whether, because I mean, do I have to roll with disadvantage even with the nat 20?
Ooh, yeah, because they're in the gloom.
Yeah, I'm an honest man.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's still good. That's still good.
Shit!
Can I have that? Can I have the nat 20? Because it's only fair. It's only one difference.
Nah.
It's a dirty 20. It's a 19. Nah, you made your bed running into the darkness.
All right.
Sleep on that nest, you filthy, filthy bird.
16.
I was talking about her anyway. How do you want to do this?
I guess like after parrying the orc's great axe, I flew back a bit and then dived over him, basically having the rapier in front of my head, like I'm a missile, and I just stab him through the throat.
As he's drawing the bow back to get another shot, leaving his body open, the rapier goes through his throat and he kind of collapses to the ground. You, of course, still feeling the burning through your veins of this poison. Do you go back and use your dagger attack now, or are you just going to chill for a sec?
Can I throw the dagger at the other orc?
You certainly can. That'll still be a disadvantage. So I think if you hold control when you roll that,
Yeah,
it should-
controls disadvantage.
Even in Beyond. Sorry, even in D&D Beyond.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what it's
no.
for. Yeah. If you
Does
hold
control
control
work
of
in
D&D
D&D?
Oh, I
Beyond,
can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Yep, there you go.
yeah, control negative and shift is advantage.
Ew, boo.
So the 12 will not hit, I'm afraid. Perhaps as you've got the dagger in hand, you pull back to throw, but the pain shoots up your arm from the poison coursing through your veins. Give me a Constitution saving throw to see if you can overcome this poison at the end of your turn. Unfortunately not. It doesn't seem to be getting any worse, but it doesn't seem to be getting any better. But we are up to Ymir.
Well,
Does Ymir let out a yawn in front of this orc?
yeah. Ymir's kind of tired. He misses.
You bring the axe down. The orc, though, clangs it out of the way with his great axe and just roars at you.
Oh, good on you, mate. Brush your teeth.
He's going to try and clap back here. With a 22 to hit, just cuts into you with his great axe for 12 damage.
Oof.
Thorendir, there is a coy orc soldier in front of you, not looking particularly coy.
Yes, there is. Okay. Alright. Thorendir is gonna just hit him with just a level 1 dissident whisper.
All right, so he's going to make that
Wisdom D12.
save.
Oh, well, not D12, just 12.
No luck, as this time, now in the firelight, the flames leaping up behind you, you start whispering at this orc in a language it doesn't understand, and he panics and takes a run. Now, I believe you get a opportunity attack. Can you take reactions on your turn? I think so.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Sure.
Okay, and... hold on.
Boom! Nat 20!
Woo! All right. And slashing one-handed crit damage. Oh, it says 1. That can't be right.
Love you.
It's six total. So what does that look like as you slay this foul creature? Orcs and dwarves, of course, some of the most ancient of enemies.
As the Thorendir Grimsbane sees the Grimsbane's ancient enemy come approaching, and he feeds off his first attack, and then he thinks and whispers again, exploding his mind, and as the weak-minded orc tries to flee, he whips out the old finesse longsword that was once owned by the worst ranger, but still dear to his heart. And as he went to flee, Thorendir lunged quickly and stabbed him right through the middle of the spine. And then the orc fell to the ground, motionless without a whisper. A whimper, sorry, not whisper.
Pauly, you can see over there in the firelight, Thorendir dispatch his quarry, and you have killed this sort of this leather-bound archer. Ymir's taken a big old hit by an axe, despite his heavy armor and big old shield. Him and this orc are just going toe to toe.
I'll go in and help the giant out and hit him with my talent. I also get advantage though with this, or not at all. Still,
you don't get advantage,
helping.
but you still get your sneak attack.
Okay, I'm still a sneaky boy. That's good.
Yeah. It is still a disadvantage
really.
for you because of the whole poison and the darkness.
Okay, I pressed it. Yeah, I've done it twice now.
I think a 2 is not going to
It
cut
doesn't. No.
You fly in to help Ymir, but unfortunately, you're a little bit slower than you're used to. Something, of course, slowing you down. You still have. Well, actually, I guess you don't have the dagger. Do you have spare daggers? I assume you have spare daggers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would say so.
So you can still make the dagger attack as part of it. As part of the attack action, you can withdraw a dagger and attack with it.
8 doesn't help though.
13 is just enough.
Woo! 14.
Cool. So, how do you want to do this?
As I see Ymir get cleaved, I jump away from I stick my my rapier out of him, grab my other dagger out, and just jump on his back and stab him in the neck.
Excellent. Ymir, you see the orc that wounded you fall to the ground dead at the hands or the talons of your dear Aaraockra friend.
Sorry, what?
So it's my turn now.
Well, there are no more
Everything's dead.
Oh,
enemies.
I had a great idea for engaging the next enemy.
They're all dead, dude.
I know. Falling asleep, dude. I'm telling you. All right. How do we want to do this? Hey, Pauly, do you want to have a quick fly around and see if there are any around?
Right now, I've got to make sure I'm not dying of poison. But once that's happened, yeah, maybe.
I'll hurry along with that.
Should I try heal myself, I guess, or
give me another Constitution saving throw.
14.
Yeah, that's fine. You feel sort of able to shake off this poison, sort of pass through your system. Perhaps you only got a little bit of it on you.
Very good. All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna dig through the corpse first, and then see if there's any goodies in this orc.
Mm-hmm.
Bird, prepare yourself. Can I throw him into the air? Give him a little boost?
You can try. Pauly, do you let this happen?
No.
So I think it's going to be like a grapple check. It's going to be athletics versus acrobatics.
So I guess I'm athletics then.
Yeah.
Okay.
19.
17. Damn.
You move quickly, Ymir, but it looks like Pauly's had slightly more training because it was exactly just by 2. You know, he's got a +7, you got a +5. You actually rolled the same, it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
So you kind of move at the same. You both move at the same time, but perhaps Pauly's history of dodging away from his giant masters has sort of prepared him for such a thing.
Okay. Ymir walks away feeling defeated.
Pauly, you mentioned you were looking
I'm
to
gonna
go
rifle through these 2 corpses. Yep.
Yeah, so as you began to walk through, Ymir sort of lunged at you, and you were able to sort of duck out of the way. And then as he moves back to the fire, you begin rifling further. You notice, apart from the sort of sweaty and smelly armors that these are wearing, and there are plenty of bows. There's a short bow with arrows. You notice at least 3 more of the arrows are poison tipped.
I will take those if that's possible.
Yep.
They are very useful. How about I write that in there?
Just create a new item in your inventory. Poisoned arrow. And so if someone is hit by it, they have to make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw, or they become poisoned.
Okay.
And poisoned means they have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until they can kind of get out of it. You also come across 19 silver split amongst the bodies.
All right, I'll throw the silver to Thorendir to split up between the group.
Yeah, Thorendir will the koi orc that Thorendir slain. He goes to see through if there are any orders or any commands issued to the orc on any parchment or any identifications or markings to see where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
Or they could just be mindless wandering orcs that attacked us in a camp. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to think it's like Fallout 4, where it just has like kill, loot, repeat.
Kill, loot, repeat, yeah.
Or whatever it was the super mutants had. But you do see a one of them has kind of a crude map. And it has what looks like, and I'll pull us over to the overland map here. It has sort of a this kind of area between here and Phandelver, kind of crudely mapped out, and it seems they'd come from the hills up in the northeast. And there's some markings about old ruined city, ghost, no loot, and then like a marking in here in the forest that obviously is not very exact, but it says hobgoblins, difficult loot, and then down the bottom here it says dumb humans, easy loot.
Yeah. Well, party, it seems we've just come across a trail of orc after we lost Gundren too. I say there shouldn't be any more, and obviously the foul smell of orc blood in the air will determine to be a deterrent for any other of their companions. What should we say we finally pack it in for the night and head back to town and tavern and get our poor dear Gundren home, and in a nice soft bed, we say. Boys?
Sounds good to me.
Ymir, what do you say, lad?
Ymir's fallen asleep.
And Thorendir kicks off his boots, lays down by the fire, and after the first night of taking watch, he then falls asleep. After assumingly waking up Jacob, who I assumed was about to be coming in any second, that he said that it was his watch.
Cool. Let me roll some dice to make sure that you go have an uninterrupted sleep,
Unmolested sleep.
Unmolested, yeah. Well, I mean, how close are you to Ymir?
Far enough away to not smell his dirty feet.
Ymir has the cleanest of feet.
By the way,
maybe for a Goliath.
On a meta level, can I just say, Dylan, love the new do. As someone who also had to do a home haircut recently, fucking loving it, mate.
Oh, that's great. It's interesting. It's I took a little bit too much off the top, if you know what I mean.
Hold on. Is that stream? Give me a look at it.
No, it's not on stream. I'm in Discord.
You're in Discord, which is on my stream, though. And I didn't notice that Dylan had turned his camera on, so it had DM Daddy under him for a while. Bloody Discord.
All right, so we've had a long rest now.
Yes.
Perfect. I like being on full health.
Oh my god, D-Barts. Nice haircut, dude.
Yeah, I got a little bit bored. Marty was over the other night, and she was like, "I'm like, I'm gonna shave my head." She's like, "No, you're not. I don't believe that you'll do
Yeah,
it." And
you
then like
did.
2 seconds later, she just hears. Bzzz.
I
Shaved my
got
head.
Emma to help me do it. I think I did like the sides and top, and then she did the back.
I gotta say, you got a
Lana
nice
does my
hairline.
beard.
Yeah, I got that. Got
You
the
got a
nice
nice
little
hairline.
point in the middle.
Yeah. Lana does your beard, Timmy.
Yeah, Lana does my beard.
That's
Cute.
some
Some
mate,
trust, especially
there's
for me.
There's only 2 people in this world that I almost trust lighting a cigarette for me, and that's pretty much you and me.
And me.
Oh, you have
done it
actually done that,
before.
D-Barts. You have actually done that,
Also,
D-Barts, with your lighter.
guys,
So
Lana went to go get candy. She went and got zombie chews and snap, crackle, and pops. Mother of God, I'm in heaven right now.
I haven't had a zombie chew in fucking probably since I was actually fucking 13 years old, riding my bike to the candy store.
I'm saving the zombie chew for later, but I'm having the snap, crackle, and pop right now. I'm in flavor country.
Oh man.
In flavor country.
Yeah, I actually bought a pack of like you know, the orange and blue, orange and purple nerds the other day.
Yeah,
I was actually gonna make nerd vodka with them, but then I actually opened them up and tried a few, and I ate the whole box of nerds. And I'm like, now I got the bottle of vodka that I bought with it too, but I'm like, I ate the nerds, and I'm like,
I've got Jolly Ranchers. We can make like a Jolly Rancher vodka.
oh
Hey,
fuck.
I think we're getting a little bit off topic now, guys.
Sorry, yeah, D&D. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, the rest of the night goes without problem.
Excellent.
You wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy on the 8th of Elassus. And usually it tells me what the weather's like, but I guess not
Tell
today.
you what, I am going to brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack.
Cool.
Speaking of brushing teeth, I need a new beer. I'll be back in a second.
Very good.
Do we want to head to Phandelver and go take Gundren there? That's right. Aaron's getting a beer. I forgot.
I'm down with that decision.
Yeah, I reckon that's a good choice.
That's majority rules. Let's do it.
Let's go to Phandelver. Also, I didn't wait on the zombie chew. I'm eating it now.
Yep, that sound. I can hear that. That lasted all of what?
5 seconds.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you begin trekking throughout the day, making your way to Phandelver. By about a little bit after lunchtime, you sort of get back to town. And make your way back to the inn. Where's Gundren?
Oh, use tech. And Carlos.
Yeah, he's still here. Oh, he's probably pissed off. Like just when you want to see him, he's gone. Why does this not always?
Hey guys.
Oh,
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
I'm so sorry about
How was
No,
your
you're good.
snooze?
that. It was good. It was good.
Oh, are you napping?
Yeah.
Were you hibernating?
Um, yeah, I got like
Just
3
go
hours
straight
sleep
back.
last night, and Sophie came over this afternoon, so we took a nap when I got home, and I didn't realize it was what time it was, and yeah, I apologize.
good.
That's
No,
not
your
bad.
character was sleeping anyway, dude. So it was
Oh,
fine.
mad. Okay, cool.
Yeah, dude, it was all good, man.
We didn't wake the bear. We killed orcs and we didn't wake the bear up.
We killed all the orcs. We just didn't wake the bear.
That's almost impressive.
I thought about it.
All right.
So do we long rest?
Winfred needed his beauty sleep.
Yeah. So you had a long rest, and then I think the decision was made first thing in the morning to trek back.
Yeah,
to the town of
I heard the
Phandelver.
decision. Yeah.
Let's get
Give Gundren his soft bed.
Let's get Winfred.
All right, I'm not
Winfred up on
exactly
screen.
sure where I am. Am I still asleep in the woods and you guys are in the tavern?
No, you came with us. You came.
Yeah,
with
just give me a second. I'll put you up there.
Oh, yeah,
I'm just
sure.
fixing the overlay to add you back in the mix.
Cool.
All right, Winifred. So the six of you saunter into town, and one of the towliest member of you, still nestled up in his in Gundren's old map case, just having a bit of a snooze. But you enter back.
Do we see any smoke pillowing out of the satchel, or is it a deep sleep?
I think it's a deep sleep. I think he's occasionally he reaches out and grabs like some mistletoe, conjures up some of them good berries, and then kind of just goes back in.
You can just hear like reruns of The Simpsons playing inside the map case.
Yeah. So you get back into town, and as you're wandering in, there's sort of a bit of a welcoming party of some of the different sort of characters you know and love, and maybe some you haven't met. Notably, one of the people who doesn't come out to meet you is the dwarf blacksmith that Ymir tried to steal or break into his house.
That wasn't me. I don't know who that was. That was another Goliath.
It was a different Goliath in these parts. You know?
Don't be so racist. Could have been any Goliath.
Exactly. How dare you?
But Lien Greywind and Sildar are kind of there to greet you as you arrive. Sildar sees his old, and he's like, Gundren! My God, I thought I'd never see, but by the light of Lathander, I thought I'd never see you again. And he kind of runs up and gives him a big bear hug, and sort of looks over and sees you, Winfred, and he says, and a bearkin! You've brought a bearkin to town with you. Jeez, lads. When Gundren said you are more than up to the task of delivering a wagon full of goods, I scoffed. But you've proven yourselves many times over. Come inside. Tulin, a round of drinks for these returning heroes.
Well, it is indeed a day to be praying to the Lord of the Dawn, Lathander. Let's get ourselves some beers and be merry. Gundren, are you up to the task of having ale, or did them hobgoblins take away your thirst, my dear boy?
He says, "Oh, he has your kind of, yeah. All right." I was like, "Ah, shit. What's Gundren's voice?" But I just remembered it's yours, but more annoying. He says, "By the name of Rockseeker, do I still have a thirst? I have a mighty thirst that cannot be quenched. Tell me, Thorendir, do you still squat to piss?"
Well, I say it seems you've got yourself a fancy old drink off there, Gundren. Do I have to tell you how to suckle at your mother's teat too, or did you figure that out when you came out the womb?
As you two kind of walk in, like arm on each other's shoulders, kind of thing. He's like, barkeep around, and if you could put a nipple on the mug for this one.
Well then, I'm gonna probably tell me if you need me to roll here. A nipple on it. Oh, surely you need to be over 18 there, Gundren, to see some nipples in this establishment. Because the way you drink, you might have to be asked how many moon cycles have you been around the sun. And Thorendir grabs his tankard and does the old almost faith healing of 2 tankards and decks both of them
All right.
in his face.
Yeah, give me that.
Just
Give me that,
grabs
give me that con save, but you can have an advantage because you are a dwarf, and you are resilient, and you're Thorendir. Oh, I think that's gonna do it.
I feel like you throw the beer up into the sky, all liquid goes out, and then you catch every single drop as it falls.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing where like you throw the mug of ale up, the rapier, the longsword, the finesse longsword comes out with the Spanish grip, slices the tankard into many pieces that break away. The alcohol stays in one form though, and just like goes down the gullet.
Oh my goodness!
And Gundren says, "By Muhammad Twin, you truly are a Grimsbane."
And to the Grimsbane fortune nonetheless. Though I say haven't earned that title just yet, I say. Still need to make word in these parts and all the land. The name Thorendir needs to almost be as mighty as Grimsbane. Now, barkeep, you see, I have a champion in our midst. A champion who slayed an owlbear all by himself. How many kegs have you got there for sale? Because I know my boy's gonna have a mighty thirst, and a champion's thirst needs quenching. We have plenty of coin if our coin's still good at this establishment. I would have taken it up the road, but it still seems to be out of business.
Give
And-
me a barrel.
As the Tolan or Sildar kind of gives the nod, Tolan wheels out a barrel of ale. But thanks to Dylan for contributing points into the DM cauldron, I'm going to roll a D100 and see what happens next.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so as Ymir is sort of leveling up on this or squaring up with this barrel almost as big as he is, a young lad kind of runs in, throws open the doors of the inn, and says, "Mr. Hallwinter, there's I found a dead body, sir. It's a dead dwarf on the outskirts of town. Me mum said I should come get you."
By golly, a dead dwarf in these parts? Surely, Mr. Winter, we should investigate these matters and come to an understanding of how this could happen to my brethren.
The child, or the young man, kind of leads you out of town, and Gundren.
Are we all going?
Oh, he starts to lead Sildar out of town. I don't know who else is following.
So you're gonna have to catch me up. Unfortunately, I've sort of, the last thing that I remember is falling asleep next to a campfire and somebody trying to wake me up with a goblin head.
Oh no! You're all caught up. We just fought some orcs, and
that's
now
it.
we're here.
Oh,
That's
okay,
it.
cool.
We've
So
just
have
gone into town.
have I just like walked into town and like found you guys
Yeah.
here, or
No, you
No, you
were
were with us.
asleep. You were
Okay, cool.
asleep during the orc attack, but you've walked back to camp with us now. It's like a
okay, cool.
day's passed or something. So we've had a long
Okay,
rest,
cool.
and and then we've just gone and had a beer at the tavern, and this kid's running in being like, "Oh,
Thanks, Dark
howdy,
Claws.
mister, there's a dwarf dead on the road."
Tonight's hydration.
All right, okay,
is
cool.
Highballs.
All right, because like I'm just thinking to myself that Winfred would see civilization as sort of weird and foreign and
It's sort of an outskirt camp, like
and
it's
a little
not-
bit
it's not-
alien.
yeah, it's not a super town though. It's not a town.
This is,
town.
yeah, so I'll describe
Yeah.
the town to you. It's definitely more like a not sort of like a Deadwood Season 1 kind of mining town, where there's sort of this main building, the tavern. They're all just made of like wood, of pretty new construction. The only thing made of stone is sort of this small church, it seems, or this small temple. And there's a number of other buildings and sort of a small farm around a river. But everything looks pretty new. Some of the buildings don't even have like a full proper structure or a roof. You know, they've got like canvas and things like that over the top. So it's more like a large camp than a full-on town or city.
Yeah, right, cool.
And you've probably encountered people on the road. There are a sort of a diverse lot here. You obviously see a couple of dwarves, not just including Gundren and Thorendir. And well, I guess you've got Ymir and Pauly. But there's a number of sort of half-elves, gnomes, obviously a couple of humans still making up the majority, halflings running around. But your group is probably the most colourful and diverse.
I see. Yeah, okay, cool. All right.
I will go. I'm going to keep an eye on Gundren, just because I'm still kind of like Pauly's still a bit wary about the goings on of the second dwarf and hearing about a dead dwarf. Just gonna keep my eye on Gundren and stay close to him. So wherever Gundren goes, Pauly goes.
Yeah. So Sildar, Gundren, follow the young lad. And who else is doing that? We can kind of
Definitely Thorendir.
cut to. I mean,
Dwarf.
everyone's kind of run out of the tavern. Ymir, you're still standing there ready to open this keg, and you're more than welcome to.
Thorendir looks back at
follow.
Ymir and says, "Ymir, are you wetting your whiskers? Or are you coming to see the death of a fellow brethren?"
Why not both?
That's my lad.
So
Also out for the homie.
yeah, Ymir. Do you bring anything with you, Ymir? Are you just
The
like
barrel.
grabbing a traveler?
I'm bringing the barrel.
Cold
Just
frost
over the shoulder with the tankard, just filling it up occasionally, taking
No,
a sip.
I got a flexi straw.
With
Got one of those hats. You just put the keg in the hat.
Just rest. No, the keg is the hat, and then there's just two straws that come out of the side and into my mouth.
That's right. He's like one of those washerwomen walking down the plains of Africa, just with a giant keg on his head. And he's got the straws have a couple of bends in them. They're crazy twisty straws.
Oh yeah, they are.
The fun ones.
Are they just like some intestines of some animal he's killed? That's just coming out?
Possibly goblin intestines.
Goblin intestines.
Yeah.
Jesus
He does.
Christ.
He is partial to goblin parts and keeping them.
I mean,
For some reason.
I would like to think he washed them at some point.
Yeah,
And
of course.
Maybe
of
he's
course,
rinsed them
of
out.
course.
Well, alcohols are disinfected in some parts.
Exactly.
Depends on the alcoholic percentage.
Speaking of, I'm going to get a drink.
Yeah.
Why don't you just keep your drinks cart next to you?
Yeah, I do the old grab 2 at a time, but then when I start grabbing 3 at a time, I know I got to go to bed because it's school night.
Yeah, look.
How
Just keep the
funny.
bottle next to me.
How funny is calling work nights school nights?
Oh, I do it all the time.
No,
I do it all the
dude.
time.
Yeah, but
Like-
aren't you like 16 though?
Fuck off.
Sorry, it's not.
No, I
it's not-
didn't. I never did card him.
Yeah, true. You never did.
We never know.
No, I just
how
find it so
old.
funny. It's so rare I hang out with someone actually younger than me. So
So
Alright.
now it's his turn to pick on.
So you make your way to the outskirts of town. It's sort of a good sort of 20-minute journey, and you come to a small, what appears to be sort of a small campsite, and Gundren stops cold, and all
Wait,
you can see
Gundren 1 or 2?
the Gundren that has come with you.
Almost got him. Almost got him. Yeah.
And there's sort of a small bivouac, a bit of tarp over a rope, sort of a lean-to, and face down, boots hanging out of this thing with a pile of or a pool of a dark pool of blood, dried blood on the ground, is a dwarf. And Gundren looks stricken.
Gundren, old pal, what's wrong?
He says, "That's my wee little brother Nundro."
Sucks to be him.
Nundro! What was that wee lad doing out in these parts by himself?
And Gundren starts yelling, "Tharden! Tharden, where are you? Our brother Tharden should be here with him. They were meant to be waiting on my return."
Well,
Oh, those are the dwarves that were camped outside of town.
well,
Shit.
yeah. My goodness. I didn't know my little cousins were here. Thorendir, still before struck with grief, reason comes in his mind, and he starts looking around on the ground to see if there was a skirmish or was any, their bit belts are laying on the ground to follow into any sort of forest or anything if one could have escaped.
Give me an investigation check. That's pretty good. So you kind of start piecing it together, that there were two dwarves here, certainly, but it looks like they had been, if not tied up, perhaps something else, like restrained somehow. That's not kind of readily apparent. And then Nundro seems to have died by some kind of magical means, like there's sort of scorch marks on him, and then finally some sort of small dagger has been plunged into him, causing him to bleed out. So he was perhaps beaten up by magic and then killed by a blade. You also notice, whilst it's the body's probably like a couple of days old, or a couple of days dead, there appears to be a bunch of webbing around, like there's been spiders, almost like this has been, when like your outdoor setting starts to get webs between it because it's just been out there untouched for ages, kind of like that.
Like now?
Yeah, like right now. I notice I look over like outside my barbecue and chairs outside are starting to get spider webs between them. But yeah, so you kind of notice all of that, but no Tharden. All his stuff is still here, like his sleeping bag and his bivouac, and his lucky tankard. That's all still here.
Yeah.
Can I make a perception check?
Mm-hmm. Yep. What are you looking for?
Just looking for any signs of struggle or footprints or draggings leaving away.
Yep.
I'm also going to make a perception check, and I'm going to see if I can capture the scent of whatever's killed this guy.
Yeah.
Boop.
Pauly, it's hard to tell. There's looks like maybe
Schnozroll.
there was a lot of stuff here. Schnozroll, though,
I got 11.
There's a lot of mixed smells here, but the main ones I think that you come across are, let me see. Yeah, you smell in the area. There's like it's on the air a little bit. You kind of smell that kind of foreign funk a little bit, just a little bit though. Like it's obviously
Is it the similar foreign funk that was on not Slim Shady? Or is it same thing? Oh yeah, cool. All right.
And you also smell a bit of yeah, you can. I mean, your nose gets caught up in a little bit in
you broke up a little bit there.
Oh, sorry. Your nose gets caught up in the spider webs a little bit as well. You can kind of smell that.
Oh, okay. Okay. I sort of like pull my nose out of the spider web and sort of like scratch my nose trying to get the spider web away from me.
Adorable.
I smell it. Smells smelly.
And oh, you see on you go.
And yeah, and then I say to the party, I'm just like, oh god, I just woke up. I was trying to find it very hard to get in character. Sorry.
Be the bear. Think of the bear.
I'll be like, that smells familiar. It smells like the funky dwarf. There wasn't really a dwarf. I'm trying to get the word across to the party.
Yeah. Thorendir, very weary of magic being afoot. He looks at the dagger that's placed in his young cousin's chest. He will cast magic hand, the spectral hand, because he, doesn't want to be touching no cursed magical objects, and uses that to remove the dagger out of the chest of his cousin, and then does the old closing of the eyes, and investigate the dagger to see who, like, is it a certain type of people use this weapon, or what type it is?
Yeah, absolutely. So you've pulled it out. You've got your hand covered, just so you're not actively touching it. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This, you notice when the blade is pulled out, it's got obviously sort of the blood on it. You're able to kind of wipe some of that blood off with a cloth. Even then, the blade underneath is like smoked black. It's like the entire blade looks and handle a sort of blackened steel, so that it looks like this definitely looks like an assassin's weapon.
Does Thorendir, apart from it being assassin's weapon, or that does he see if it's cursed or anything like that, or is it just
you don't feel. I don't think you feel any particular curse or any.
I say magic.
Magic, yeah. You don't really feel any magic. Give me a history check though, if you got one on you. This, you've seen maybe something like this before. This is an Underdark weapon.
Okay.
This is something that they would use in the Underdark. For sure. Yeah. You recognize maybe the metal as something that is found in not just the regular underground, but like the deep underground.
Okay, and Thorendir, noticing that it's not necessarily a magic dagger, releases his magic hand. And sorry, is it mage hand, not magic hand? And takes the dagger and screams a little bit. And then grabs Gundren, is he still like sobbing on the ground because he's a bit upset?
Yeah. He's kind of screaming. Yeah. His voice a bit hoarse now. Sort of a tear through it. He's yelling out for Tharden.
Yeah. Thorendir grabs Gundren, like, roughly by the collar and starts going, "When we took this deal for this doof, you never mentioned anything of vile assassins carrying weapons from the Underdark. There's more to this than you are letting on, my dear cousin. what is really happening around here, and why are we dying left, right, and center over a mere encampment?
He he says, we are not the only ones that want the place, dear cousin. This cave is the Rockseeker birthright. I swore an oath to our family, my family, that I would recover it and nestle it back in the bosom of the Rockseeker clan. But it has more than just duff potential, dear cousin. There may be riches within. There may be artifacts of unknowable power, history texts lost until now. And I don't know who had found out about it, but it seems like there are evil forces looking to get to this cave first and make it their own. And it looks like they have no concept of honor. They just slaughter anyone who gets in their way.
Merely trinkets in your family's honor over your own kin's lives. I, for a man, would cast aside the name Grimsbane before sending my kin to a slaughter. Yet you hire me, a party of merely only 5 men, to come secure your birthright. Not with a man of 100 could you do this, if these creatures are after us. But I say you've done more than cast me into your mischief. And I say if we had more information, I would have brought half the army alone of Grimsbane to take that for you. But we are but mere men here. We're not men, a dwarf, an Aaraockra, a bearkin, and one giant bloody mountain of a man. You mean? God damn, look at him making me a bit thirsty drinking that barrel. Damn. I should have brought a traveler. But you see, I'll tell you now.
He says, dear cousin, we do not have the armies of the Grimsbane. We're the Rockseekers. We've fallen on hard times. This was our opportunity to get back in the good graces of the Dwarf Lords. And the small party, the small group, for reasons which have now become even more clear, secrecy was paramount.
Well, I must say it was not my party who led your secret that got my dear younger cousin, your younger brother, killed. So I say there must be some people afoot here that are in your party that are having loose lips there, cousin. Do you know anyone with that malintent that you know?
He says, this is a strong accusation, and one that I will have to think on. Because my brothers, and even my oldest friend Sildar, beyond reproach, beyond question, but there have been others who have aided us in this task, and we thought by compartmentalizing it we were doing well to keep this a secret from all who might try and take more from us. But
well, let me say there, your compartmentalizing mustn't have worked well, because I can tell you what, I'm damn sure not one of my other companions knows our true quest. You there, Bearkin, what is our journey? Ymir, what is your quest other than killing goblins for me and our enemies, and I reward you handsomely with gear and liquor?
You just caught Winfred like halfway through dicking around with whatever was on the ground next to him because he got distracted.
Now, Pauly, I'm fair sure he knows what we're doing, but not for the reason or the glory. Pauly, what are we doing?
Well, you told me that you're paying me. I'm doing what you do.
Exactly. So it must be your group, because my group has no fucking idea what we're doing.
He says, "Well, lads, let us take my brother back to town. We'll give him a wake that will shake the very halls of this place. And I will explain to you, dear cousin, the true purpose of this quest to reignite the flame of the Rockseeker clan." Who is that?
That was me. Sorry.
Winfred's sort of like looking around, and like, where the fuck did that come from?
Sorry, it's like an epic moment. Like
That was
"Come,
perfect.
I'm
No,
telling
that
you
was
the
That
secret."
was
I know,
perfect.
it was pretty
was
funny.
I'd like to believe that all of these sound effects you actually hear in the game. but
Oh yeah,
nobody
this is
ever
diegetic.
understands Where...
This is
Yeah,
diegetic
yeah.
sound.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
this
yeah.
this part of the world understands narrativium, which is like if you say, "Look over there on yonder hill," and then like lightning will crash down for sure.
I'll be keeping that in mind.
Yeah, hark! The castle on the hill. Yeah. All right. So, you or Gundren starts sort of putting together a bit of a stretcher. Puts Nundro's sort of lays Nundro delicately on it, and says to you. Yeah, he'd probably say to Thorendir, I guess. He said, "Thorendir, will you help me with my brother's final journey to the great halls of the afterlife?"
It would be an honor to bring my dear younger cousin to the halls of our forefathers.
And so with your help, they Gundren.
I'll be right back.
Yep. And Thorendir kind of take the stretcher and walk back to town. Kind of make the trek back to town. Obviously, it takes a little bit longer on the way back. Now, the rest of you, of course, are free to follow or free to hang around here some more. What are each of you doing after this display?
I'll go join. Who's carrying the body actually?
I mean, Thorendir and Gundren in it.
With a stretcher.
Yeah.
I'll just follow behind the stretcher.
Pauly,
I just find it fucking hilarious.
would you go through with my cousin's possessions to see if there's anything that could help us on our journey?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll search the possessions.
Or any private possessions he may that we need
I'll
to
search
be
through.
laid with.
You ask
I will
Pauly,
do
can
that.
you search through his possessions as Pauly's already like reaching in?
Already
Already doing it, yeah.
Out of character for a second, I find it kind of hilarious that the two dwarves are like carrying this other dwarf in a stretcher when you've got two 7-foot, very strong dudes standing right here, and we're just like,
Well,
here, chilling.
you don't want Ymir
Like,
to
I
put the
don't
keg
know.
down.
Yeah,
No,
look,
no, you don't.
Ymir would probably throw my cousin aside if you saw some more booze in the corner, and
You know,
I know if you get a
threw
smell
the
of
body
some
off to put the keg there.
yeah, you might have a smell of someone cooking some campfire tucker, and you'd be like, "Ooh, I'm off on the way, mate." Nah, all jokes aside, yeah, that was pretty grim. Wasn't expecting fucking little cousin to be dead.
Well,
Didn't
I
know
mean,
I had little cousins, but yeah, fuck, it happens,
yeah. Well, that's what happens when you trigger. Well, that can happen. I'm just gonna kill all your fucking family members if you keep donating to.
Kill your whole fucking family.
If Dylan keeps donating loyalty points, that's what's gonna happen. You're just gonna start.
Yeah.
Relatives are gonna drop like flies. Although I think I may have pulled the trigger on that a bit early, but whatever. It was a good solid donation. Thank you, Dylan. I hope you enjoyed the terribleness you have now wrought on Thorendir as he's lost a family member.
Yeah, I'm fair sure hearing
Oh.
spider webs has made me fucking terrified. Thank you, D-Mart. You know we both don't like spiders.
So, Pauly, you start going through this stuff. Winfred, you're kind of I imagine sitting there looking a little confused, still kind of waking up despite it being sort of 6 hours since you woke up. You're still a little bit slow on the uptake.
I feel a little called out by that statement. But yeah, no, that's actually pretty accurate.
Pauly, you go through. There is, let's see here. You come across the equivalent of 24 gold pieces. So the money definitely wasn't taken.
Right. So it wasn't your average thief.
There is they had
How
some
much money
provisions.
was there again? Sorry.
24 gold.
Right. I'll wait. Thorendir's buggered off, hasn't he?
No, well, I bug it off, but I can put it in the thing if we just want to micromanage that, or you want to keep it.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you when I see you next.
Yeah. How much was it? 23 pieces.
24.
Yeah.
There's a number of other things here. Some sort of mining equipment. There's some like mining picks, shovels, pythons, rope, that kind of thing. Like typical kind of spelunking gear.
Dwarf paraphernalia.
Yeah.
Is there like a blacksmith in this town establishment?
Is there? Ask Ymir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think this would also be an excellent question to ask in character. So please do.
Yeah.
Winfred's starting to sort of look around and look at all of the buildings, and turns to Thorendir and says, "We fix pot now," and sort of like gestures toward his broken iron pot.
Winfred.
Thorendir, carrying his cousin still, points over to Ymir and goes, "Ymir, show him to that dwarf. And say, at any cost, fix that pot for me."
Just imagine that Ymir just walks up to the stretcher and goes, "Oi, dwarf, fix the pot."
No, I'm fair sure Ymir knows what dwarf I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what we're talking about as part of the story now. Do I have to go back? I mean, I will if I have.
I would get Pauly to do this, but
no, it's fine. He's useless.
He's useless.
Bear, follow me.
Meanwhile, Pauly, you're kind of rifling through things. Obviously, you found a bit of money, and as I mentioned, all those kind of things. Ymir, you lead Winfred off.
Anything unique?
Let's have a look here.
Oh yeah, what's that dagger I got? Can I add it to my shit?
Just sort of a smoked black dagger or some sort of a black steel.
Yeah.
There you are.
Treasure.
Dwarf! Fix this fucking pot.
Please.
No matter what it costs, just fix it.
And Ymir runs away.
I walked away. I didn't give him a chance to say no.
You find a Pauly. I'll cut back to Ymir in a sec. But you find a potion that seems to have what looks like it's sort of it's bubbling away as if it's sort of boiling. But it's still sealed. It's still kind of like it's got like a wax seal on it or whatever, and you can kind of see inside. And it's bubbling and roiling away, and it almost seems like the source of that heat looks to be some kind of maybe like a fingernail or like a toenail in this potion bottle.
I'll put that in my bag, but I'll probably feed it to Ymir at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a potion of endowment? Because I think he needs it.
Yes.
He doesn't need it. He's made how he needs to be made. Aerodynamics and all that.
We as we see Pauly kind of pocket this flask of clear broiling liquid with a sliver of nail in it. We cut back to Ymir and Winfred have walked up to this dwarf sort of working away there at an anvil and a forge. And he says...
Winfred's sort of just sitting there happily watching his pot get fixed.
Yeah, firstly, Ymir has just said to this oi dwarf, if you want to run that by me again, Dylan?
Dwarf, fix this fucking pot.
Ah, it's you, you tall scunner. You come back for some more, here.
Yeah, I'll fuck you up if you don't fix the pot, mate.
I ain't be fixing nae pots. Get out of me way. Yeah, I got work. I got real paying work to do.
Fix the fucking pot.
Winfred sort of just turns around to the blacksmith and just be like, "Please, sir, I need to get it fixed because I need something to hold my honey in." And I'd like to do a charisma roll to see if I can quell the situation.
Sure. Give him the puppy dog eyes. I mean, puppy bear eyes.
But the puppy
bear
dog
cub
eyes.
eyes.
The bear owl eyes.
The bear owl.
There we go. What type of charisma check? Ability check or saving throw? I'm gonna do
It'd be a
ability check.
persuasion check if you got it.
Persuasion.
Oh, persuasion. Oh, yeah, that's right. There we go. Do I get bonuses to persuasion because I've got?
Because you're so cute and cuddly? Or...
If you got high charisma, you should have a bonus in it.
No, I don't have a bonus to. I don't have a little tick next to it.
All right, so you're not trained in it. Yeah, you get just a +1 from your charisma.
Yeah. I've just got. I've got rustic hospitality, but I don't think that gives me a bonus to charisma or anything. I'm just going to do a normal roll.
Well, if you can explain to me how that comes across, I may sort of allow some advantage here.
I'm sort of looking at the argument between these two individuals, both of which I barely know, and all I want to try and do is like de-escalate the situation, and have it so that the dwarf is more paying attention to me, the big soft teddy bear who just wants to get his honeypot fixed, as opposed to the scary looking Pringle can Goliath.
Yep.
But the Goliath had a plan.
So I'm just going to do a normal roll.
Sure.
Yeah. I got a 10.
Yeah, they sort of the dwarf doesn't really seem to notice you.
Bear.
As sorry, yeah, go ahead, Dill.
I was gonna say, Bear, got this, and then I wink at Winfred. Now, dwarf.
I'm so tempted to say that I don't understand what a wink is.
Oh no, but
You just mold the dude.
Just assumed. That's assumed. Like that's the part of the plan.
Is Ymir's wink altogether very subtle, or is it like one of those like over the top?
Oh no, it's like a Drax sort of like a
yeah.
Good. Yeah, like I got this. Now listen here, dwarf. If you don't fix the pot, my bear friend over here is going to eat you. And then I wink at Winfred again, twice.
Oh,
You just turn around to Winfred and he's got this shocked look on his face. Like, what?
Winfred looks at Ymir, and you have to look at my webcam for this. Ymir's just standing like, like, hands up, like,
You're like almost like an old fucking Italian nan being like, eat the donut. You're so thin. You're so thin.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage because you've brought a bear with you to this.
Okay, so
You brought a bear to a knife fight. Oh, 18. Fuck.
Oh, Christ.
20. 21.
21.
The dwarf kind of look, he sort of drops what he's doing and he's like, fine, I'll fix the pot, but I don't want to be seeing you back. No, you daft wee bugger. And sort of you big wee hag. You stutter.
Fuck, is someone casting Vicarous Mockery?
You Fraser. You McTavish. And he goes
brains come out my nose.
He takes the pieces and goes off and starts repairing the or starts sort of smelting them back together and getting a solder or whatever it is he's doing. I don't know how blacksmithing works, and I'm assuming he's almost like having to soften these pieces to put them back together, and then kind of put new metal between them to kind of reforge them together. It's not going to look great. Like it's not going to look nice as a brand new pot, but
it's going to be like a pat. It's going to be like a patch job.
Yeah, it's almost. I'm imagining like that Japanese style of vases where you break them and then you repair them with the golden glue.
Oh yeah, I get you.
But
like a tally staff you got.
Yeah, but instead of like looking like gold and looking like this amazing thing and teaching us that, you know, your scars are part of you and like, you know, it's actually more perfect that now that it is broken and repaired. This just looks like, you know, someone's kind of just like angrily hammered pieces of your pot into their shape, gotten just some like slag metal to like piece it back together. And so it's you know, this black iron, cast iron pot you had, but with, you know, like shocks of kind of silver and grey through it now.
Now, Bear, if you're not happy with the work of this craft, I'm sure we can rectify that.
Can you show me that can you're drinking?
Winfred sort of just Winfred takes the pot, sort of inspects it a little bit, and then gets up on his hind legs and walks toward the river. And sort of like goes over by the riverbed and sort of like takes no notice to what Emir was saying and sort of starts just washing it out.
Yeah.
And then
give me a schnoz roll while you're over there.
Sure. Love me a schnoz roll.
Loving these schnoz rolls. Oh, damn.
There we go. 14.
You smell that?
Is someone doing bags? What?
Oh my god! I don't want to imagine Winfred as being a goddamn coke fiend.
Sorry, that's fine.
Oh,
he's got his little pot now. He just needs to get his straw repaired.
It just needs a big old bag of that pure Colombian honey, yeah?
That's exactly it.
oh god.
Yeah, there is across the river. You see an orchard.
Mm-hmm.
And off on one side of the orchard, there's sort of a tidy little cottage. And just outside the cottage, you hear that.
Is it what I think it is?
Yeah, you're pretty sure. You can smell it on the wind.
Oh no.
These, and you kind of look over, and you can see what looks like a row of a couple of hives, like sort of built hives, not in a tree or anything. Sort of little bee houses.
Okay.
I didn't want to interrupt before, but I need to mention this. Please tell me that the purveyor of all fine Colombian honey is Piglet Escobar.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I think it's gonna have to be.
Yes. Good.
There's gonna have to be a short halfling with bright pink skin. He's got a big broad straw hat
and a huge fucking nose.
A huge nose.
Piglet Escobar.
And he's
Piglo Escobar.
Piglo Escobar, yes.
Yeah, Piglo Escobar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Rob Lowe, but like Piglo.
Okay. So excuse me. Winfred sort of looks across at the cottage and the hives over there, and Emir, you could sort of see Winfred. How far is this distance? That's not too far, is it? No, it's not
40 feet.
So you can sort of see Winfred sort of like washing his pot out and keeps eyeing off the beehives on the other side of the river and sort of internally debating whether or not he wants to go and investigate. He turns around to you and he just says, delicious honey, deadly bees.
Follow me.
Yay! Oh, I got the wrong thing. Hang on. He just sort of like scampers off behind you with his tiny hind legs.
So Dan, where would you say these deadly bees are?
I mean, they're kind of like around here somewhere, right? Just off to the side of the orchard behind the cabin.
You can see as Winfred gets closer to the beehives that he's getting more and more sort of scared of going any further.
Okay, Bear, wait here. Can I do an athletics check?
To
snatch a hive?
Sorry, I'm just picturing
no.
Dimir and fucking the bear coming back all swollen and just like, what happened to you boys? And there's like nothing happened, and they're just swollen as fuck. That was funny.
Let's see. This will work. I think athletics would probably be a stretch. Athletics is like if you want to break it. If you just want to break this hive open.
Yeah, but I'm trying to run, grab it, and keep running.
Oh, okay. Then yeah.
Oh, you trying to fucking intercept your own passes with
we're
a
gonna
beehive.
fucking die. All right, are you sure about this?
Or trying to think. What about?
I mean, I'm sorry. Are you sure?
What about? That's all the help I needed. Let's go.
Oh God.
You got to pick up this hive on stilts and kind of start waddling a lot slower than you were anticipating. This thing's a lot heavier, and as you're kind of carrying it,
holding the keg,
shaking it.
Oh yeah, the keg I finished ages ago. I assumed that I finished that like half an hour ago. Now,
yeah, it was like 20 minutes walk.
Bees start flooding out of this thing and start trying to sting you.
Are these regular sized bees?
Yeah, normal.
I just want to make that incredibly clear. Are these regular sized bees, or are these like RPG sized bees?
Oh, these are regular sized bees, but they are.
Because the last thing that I really need in my conscience right now is massive fucking bees.
No, we're fine. We got this. Ymir's got this.
Now roll a d20, man. Oh, these are the Arcadian devil killer bees.
Please no.
So you're a swarm of bees starts to come out and starts trying to sting you, Ymir. And one is but you're able to kind of swat them away. You're moving just fast enough that it's fine.
In bees.
As he runs past you, Winfred.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Shamir just yeeted this beehive and ran past Winfred. Winfred's like, what's going on? And then just 17 piercing damage by bees.
Okay, alright. Fun fact about Winfred. He's fucking terrified of bees.
So
that's what I was going with the whole subtle hesitant to go on. I didn't realize I was going to have a beehive yeeted at me.
No. I still have the beehive.
Oh god!
Like, I ran past you with the beehive, like fucking
all
line
the
backing
bees are
the
like,
fuck
oh, we
up.
can't give me back that beehive.
Okay, cool.
Just like just dashes past, run.
Yeah, I've got like the beehive under my arm, one hand out in front of me, and I'm just charging.
DM Daddy, am I able to roll to like dodge these bees or anything like that in sort of like a fearful runaway, like cartoon, like just like the smoke silhouette of Winfred and him just like off in the fucking distance running like Usain Bolt.
Like Tech.
Like Uztech. He's more of a marathon runner than a sprinter. So you're going to take the damage regardless as they descend upon you and start stinging. But give me an athletics check to try and run away and sort of.
Winfred's highly allergic to bees.
Does he get away from the bees?
Athletics check. Oh wait, do I have a bonus in athletics? I think I do. I do.
Probably do.
Yeah, I do. So do I roll with advantage for athletics?
I mean, I will allow it if this is canonically you are super scared of bees, and this is something that I can torment you and your character with in the future. I will allow that this is like fear. This is like fear sprinting, so I will give you advantage on this.
That is a fucking gamble, but all right, let's do it. All right, I got a 17.
Yeah, you after taking a bunch of stings, and you just the adrenaline kicks in, and you sprint out across the water back into town, splashing through the water, and start outpacing these bees.
So I'm gonna say
Can Winfred swim?
About there. I don't think it matters because he's going to be running so fast. He's not even going to fucking touch the water. Jesus ain't got nothing on Winfred.
I was gonna, you fucking
yeeted himself across the river and just kept going.
Is this Jesus Bears fucking running on water?
It's
Starclaws in chat says all future spellcasters are now bee summoners.
Jesus.
Oh no. Okay, so I've taken 12 hits. So I'm just going to run back into town with a honey pot, Ymir running in tow, and...
oh no, I'm well ahead of you.
Yeah, you're chasing after
I'm already
you.
back at the group. I'm at the group.
Have you ever seen the American footballers, like the QB just throws it and their star fucking runner back that was the runner or whatever grabs it and then just like dodges out of everyone and it's just sprinted back to the home fucking touchdown.
That was me.
Touchdown. That's Shamir running with this fucking beehive to the tavern for another keg.
Does
I like to think that by the time I get back, the bees are all gone from the hive because I've run that fast.
Just Ymir being the linebacker, just like charging through.
Yeah, dude, just fucking getting out. Like I had the hand out in front of me.
No contest.
Had the hive in my arm.
Okay.
And like I've gone to sprint and I've dodged I've fake stepped Winfred around him and just kept going.
You fake stepped him.
Oh no.
When you get to the
center of town. Yeah, go for it.
Or the center of town. Completing this kind of metaphor, is it like a spike to the ground, like, or do you dive? Is there a dive, or is it you slam it on a table? What happens?
Ymir dives with the hive, but like does like a 180, so he lands on his back, holding the hive still, because he's like, Winfred's gonna want that. That was the whole reason we went there. I don't want to break that.
Yeah. And when you slide, does your head hit the corner of the tavern and then a keg falls down and it goes into your mouth? The liquor?
Yeah. So I slide on my back through the door and I hit the bar and I'm like, barkeep, beer me.
As you slide in, you sort of line back at the doors open as well as you come in, leap like a rugby player going for the try. Slide in, your hard as rock head hits the bar itself, knocking over a mug of beer that just pours over the bar onto your face and into your open mouth.
Yes.
As you hold there spooning this beehive.
So whereabouts is Thorendir and Pauly at this point?
I think they've come.
Are they still in the same spot? Or are they?
I think during this time they've moved.
Camp, wouldn't
I think Pauly's probably making his way back. I think Thorendir and Gundren have kind of laid out. Well, I was going to say they probably laid out Gundren.
Laid him out, yeah.
Laid him out on a table and are starting drinking.
This is purely out of character talking. Do dwarves celebrate their dead alive and then burn them or bury them, or do you know anything about that? Because I actually have zero idea.
I think it's up to us at this stage. I don't know. I would assume that some dwarves get interred in crypts, right?
Yeah, crypts. That's got to be a big crypt or the tomb in the home. But I would assume if they died outside of their crypts, it would have been like sort of like not sort of the Lord's sort of thing, but they would have like the flowers spread out, the dead body there, and the celebration around the dead body.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're thinking, or
Yeah, so I'm thinking like the wake, which Gundren sort of and Thorendir kind of put together, is he's on the table for everyone to see. He's got a gold coin on each eye.
Yeah, exactly.
There's small dishes of salt, beer nuts, and dirt sort of around him. And you know his glass. He's got his a drinking horn there that's sort of that's sort of held to him. And you and Gundren are kind of telling stories about how amazing Nundro was, and like, you know, you remember the time when he got stuck down a mine shaft, and
Be right back 1 second.
and me and Tharden had to go get him out. You know, that kind of stuff. Like, I remember Nundro, he was a good dwarf. He wasn't too tall. You know, he never strayed too close to the light. He was a good deep delver. When he was a young dwarf, he had this little kind of friend he would take everywhere. He made it himself out of coal and put two little diamonds in its eyes. And he used to carry that thing with him everywhere. Our young Nundro.
I remember a story about when his mother caught young Nundro with a beautiful carving there of one of the local tavernesses carved in stone. I still remember how he giggled and turned red when he looked at that carving. Was it you that gave it to him, that dirty scamp? We still don't know today how he got that carving of damn Lady Flattery from that tavern.
He was always one for the ladies, Nundro. He liked them with their beards bushy and soft.
The opposite old Grimsbane here. I tell you what, I'm more partial to the human-kin women these days.
You sick fuck, Thorendir.
I tell you, I've spent that far too long surrounded with a parrot that I tell you what, anyone without hair is a delight these days.
Is that why you're shacked up with this giant, this hairless beast?
Excuse me?
I tell you what, I shack up with him because he gets results. You should have seen the owlbear. But
Even in the bedroom.
I got to carry a message.
emotion.
Pauly, I have something for you. You see, I'm not one for
darling.
wicked magic, and I say what, you're one for the. I know I dabble in cloak and dagger, but you indeed are a fierce warrior of the shadow. And I gift you this. I do not want to take part in it. And I hand you the black steel dagger.
Oh, thank you.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
What I love though too is like you're saying, a man of shadow. I'm a rainbow. I rock a rainbow.
Rainbow.
Something I really wanted to do before I had to get called away by emergency. Was I wanted to like interrupt the somber moment between Thorendir and Gundren of just a bear just being like and like running past them with the bees in tow.
You hurl yourself into a water tank and just
yeah.
Oh, brilliant! And then I assume eventually when you come in, your snout's all kind of swollen. You've got like the little bee sting. You got that disheveled kind of bee stung look.
I'm just gonna like wander into the bar next to next to Ymir, and just be like, oh, hey, that collides with at least one wall. Why can't I get into the pub?
You got to move over. What? There you go.
Oh, there we go. I'm just gonna like sit next to Ymir and just be like, thanks.
Can I
sort of
hand
start
over
chowing
the?
into? Yeah.
Can I hand over the beehive now?
Describe it to
Yeah,
me.
you can.
Absolutely.
All right, there you go. It's been handed. The eagle has landed.
Yes.
So, Ymir, Winfred hands you this sort of this almost like a dollhouse on stilts. This is sort of made of slats. It's got a couple of holes in it, and has been expertly unmolested, and it sounds mostly pretty much empty. There may still be a queen in there or something. I don't know. I think everything else has been shaken out and abandoned, though.
So I'm just gonna do. I'm just gonna like sit on the floor and sort of like dismantle this beehive. And see if there's any honey in it.
Oh, absolutely. So you start pulling this thing apart, and there's it's the honeycomb. The comb's in here, and it's just dripping with that sweet, that pure shit.
Oh, good.
That pure piglet, uncut.
Hold on, you have to. Sorry.
Imagine
Sorry, do you know how to make honey or not? Sorry.
Actually, I have no idea how honey works.
It'll be you have to do it in the centrifuge or the honeycombs to make actual honey.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine. I'm just going to take the honeycomb out and start
It's not actual honey there. It's actually like a mixture of wax and sugar.
You can eat the honeycomb.
Yeah,
You can eat it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to take the honeycomb out and start eating the honeycomb.
What's with that Australian invention, the honeycomb, where you can kind of just like put a faucet on it and this honey comes out?
Yeah, I got no idea. We also
I've
invented
seen that
goons,
before.
so,
I have no idea though.
Yeah, but that's also
so we invented Goon of Fortune.
It's in the bottom of actually a pulley centrifuge, the ones with the tap on it. You put the things in there. Once the bees move to a thing, you pull this thing and it centrifuges the honey, and then you turn the tap on and the honey pours out. Sorry,
okay. Look.
Bees are really sick. No, roleplay wise, it could be honey, but I was actually asking, do you guys know how honey's made?
Honey's cool.
Look, I want to be as realistic as possible in my world of living bears and
Parrots
and dwarven wakes. You get a bunch of honeycomb, which is like,
oh my,
yeah.
Oh my god. No, sorry. I wasn't interrupted, but I was like, yeah, do you know how honey's made from honeycomb?
Absolutely, no, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
So, well, that actually raises a more excellenter question, which is you have all the makings of honey, Winfred, but this stuff would still taste quite sweet, but maybe isn't exactly the same thing.
Oh, hold on. Would have Ymir's sprinting
Yes.
force,
and the twist through the air,
and the twist through the air, enough centrifuge force to turn the comb into honey.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ymir is very good at making centrifugal force. So, he's a honey maker.
I think that's fair.
I'm
just going to go and sit next to Pauly.
We scienced it.
Next to the table next to him. And you sort of just see Winfred covered in bee stings with a honeycomb. Just
actually,
completely unfazed that he's taken 17 hit points damage. But
actually, Winfred, you're looking pretty banged up there, pal. Here's one of my health potions, buddy. Drink that.
oh, you're the sweetest.
Do you give him you actually give him a health potion, or do you give him that new potion you found?
No.
Yes, give him the other one. See what happens.
Oh God.
No.
Don't do it, please. I've had a hard enough day.
Oh no, I won't. I was being nice. The bear hasn't wronged Pauly.
What do I roll for a health potion?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus
the bear
2.
hasn't wronged Pauly. Neither is Ymir.
Oh, that's not true. That is not true.
I haven't wronged you today.
Yes, you have. You tried to grab me.
I tried to throw you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was giving you a little boost.
Oh, lovely. There we go.
7.
Is that correct?
Yeah, you get a 7, boy.
Yeah, cool. I get 7 back. Lovely. Thanks for that, Pauly. Oh, I mean,
No
thanks for that, Pauly.
No worries, pal.
Wow.
You sort of see him like happily chowing down on his honeycomb.
Just
He doesn't give a fuck that it's waxy and shit. He's just hungry.
You just pour the health potion on the honeycomb.
Thorendir, as you're having drinks with Gundren, retelling these old stories, he says, Gundren says, Pauly, my savior, my feathered friend, do you still have the map that we found?
You bet I do.
Dear cousin, it's time that I share the Rockseeker secret with you. For if I have one brother dead, one brother missing, and I could not keep myself from being captured. Perhaps I need to entrust it with a Grimsbane. Your family's reputation, of course, is paramount, but it shames me, cousin, to have to rely on another of the dwarf families. I thought the Rockseekers were ready to stand alone.
Now here, cousin. It is not a shame to stand by with your friends. In fact, I would say a fool stands by themselves. It takes many a stand to hold up a chair, and one can't sit on a throne or act all lord-like without support from others. And it'll only take a fool to think they can claim back lordship status, something as pitiful and woeful as that, at the sake of themselves. You need friends. You need allies. You need companions to lean on. Not everything goes the way you want, even for us Grimsbanes. And we've had the center of the Dwarven Kingdoms for many years.
Winfred
Uh,
overhears these conversations and then starts counting the legs on a chair.
By golly,
because he's a fucking
what
invalid.
happened to that bear? Wilfred, are you okay?
He turns around with his mouth full.
Yeah, it is dripping with honey and swollen. Like you all seen One Piece, right? Like when Nami beats the shit out of Luffy and he's swollen as fuck.
Yeah.
You like that swollen? Is that you right now, just eating honey with your paw?
Absolutely.
It's like one eye is swollen
Yeah,
closed.
one eye is-
Absolutely, yeah.
yeah. You gotta cut me. You gotta cut me. Nah, fuck you.
He just turns around to face Thorendir with like honey dripping out of his mouth, and his eyes are almost swollen shut. And he sort of just like raises his he turns around to his right. He raises up his left hand to reveal the honeycomb that he stole within you.
And Thorendir just looks at him, shaking his head, sees Shamir drinking ale, still lying down, like, okay. And then he just goes to Winfred, he goes, calmness, like, just relax, and just like does some healing word on him for 3. Fuck, that was a bit shit. Good rolls there, rolling ones, but yeah, I heal the swell. I ease the swelling down a bit for you.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
My magic takes out some of the barbs for you, and just stops some poison going in you.
With that mage hand, you're kind of pulling the stingers out.
Yeah, the mage hand just pulling the stingers out. Yeah, with a bit of like I've healing worded the mage hand, so it's like covered in like aloe vera while it's pulling out these barbs.
So yeah, Gundren has kind of motioned over to Pauly. He says, "My dear Aaraockra and my fair feathered friend, please bring the map we recovered from the Cragmore castle."
Yep, no worries, buddy.
Pauly, where the fuck did you get a map from the castle?
Well, when I snuck in and I ripped up those goblins keeping poor Gundren locked up,
Well.
Part of the reason why I trusted this Gundren was because he knew about this map.
Well. If it isn't Pauly the old, buy you a pint with his right hand and swipe your maps with his left. There's a reason we've been friends for many years. I don't trust you as far as Ymir can throw you, and I certainly like you more than Ymir can try and throw you, I guess.
Thorendir, don't besmirch my name. I swipe your beer and I swipe your map.
By God, if that be true, I'd say. One day we'll get back at them giants on the sea, I tell ya. Ooh, haven't been back on old Mary Lass Stew in very long time, I say.
I do.
All
this land walk is making me feel funny.
Oh, I know. It's been... Tell you what, I've spent most of my early years on the sea. That's how I came across a How tall are you now, Pauly? 6.5 feet or something now? Jesus Christ.
Round that.
Yeah, I say I stopped growing the moment I met you. A handsome 4.5 feet. You're the giantest bird I've ever seen. Colorful one too, and had a mouth that runs almost fast as he flies.
Oh, I'll take all of those compliments, thank you. Give me more.
Well,
Give me more.
lads, companions, my dear companions. I say.
You can sort of see Pauly's head just inflating.
Literally, the feathers start getting ruffled. You know,
I say,
It's
let's
a
start
bird
turning
version of
this
blushing.
hoe down into a hootenanny. Barkeep, give us your strongest liquor of ale, and let's get some shots up in this house, boys.
The bartender
And
brings
Gundren.
over a paddle of shots, a flight of shots, if you will.
A plethora of shots.
And Pauly, please continue.
And Gundren, this map's blank. Do you want to show me how this works?
Oh, yeah,
Um,
shit, the map.
it was
I'm getting
blank,
ahead of
right?
myself.
Yeah. So you unfurl it on the table, and so it's sort
Oh
of
my
blank
God.
parchment.
Oh my. Look, I understand that you obviously have a plan, but it would be great as Thorendir is ordering the shots. The barkeep places the shots on the map. One falls over, and then the booze just shows the whole fucking map.
Are you
Dwarven magic.
Are you
Dwarven
reading?
magic.
Are you reading from my notes? So here's how it plays out though. The shots are brought over, and
That is fucking amazing.
Gundren is holding two, and the first one he says Fernundro and pours it out over the map. And the alcohol seeps into the map, and you start seeing through what looks like sort of the almost like when you do those invisible maps, right? Like with the wax, and then you can paint them. But this is almost something more magical. It's almost like the alcohol mixing with this magic parchment. The layout of the area starts to come to life, and you recognize some of the road, Phandelver itself, and then Gundren says, "Lads, we will. I believe we will claim my birthright and rescue my brother. And I will give you all the details on this Duff location. Used to be known also as a magical forge of my family, the Rockseekers." And he sort of holds up, and he says, "And we will get our revenge, and we will all be stinking fucking rich." And he throws back the shot.
Pauly shoots too. Hey Dan, I messaged you. Did you get it?
I mean, I don't have my socials open because I'm deep in the fucking zone.
Winfred sort of like sits at the table with a tiny little glass in front of him, and does the full like tongue at the side of the mouth, trying to pick up the tiny little glass.
Mm-hmm. Just lapping the shot.
Yeah. Gotta make a dexterity roll just to make sure that I don't knock it over. Do I knock it over?
Let me see here. What'd you get?
I got a 9.
You get like half of it. Half of it knocks over, I think. You get a good slurp, but then like it, as everyone's kind of like yeah, and like they put it back, you just hear this like clink, and then oh. But Thorendir, you see on the map, it shows sort of the location deep within the hills, of where this sort of cave network begins. Ymir, you notice Pauly adding something to your drink as you're about to go grab like your next one. He's sort of preempted which one you're going to grab and has been adding something to it.
I throw it at Pauly.
Okay.
Can I try and catch it and throw it back into his mouth?
I mean, that would have to be very. You'd need to get a nat 20 for that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you.
It would have to be a very good one. So I guess the first question is, what does his throw look like? So you're holding a tankard that.
Yeah, no, I don't throw the tankard.
I'm just gonna grab a dribble.
You kind of try to splash it at him.
Yeah, I splash it back at him.
Okay.
Like, why would I throw my tankard?
Give me a d20 check. I want to see like how accurate this. And this is just gonna be versus your armor class, Pauly, to see if you dodge out of the way.
Yeah, against what? Sorry.
It doesn't matter. It's just gonna be that's a really good fucking throw. So and you were pretty close to him because you would have had to be close to like spike his next drink, right? So
yeah.
Ymir looks at it, realizes, or like as he's picked it up, he's sort of seen that you were near it, and you kind of noticed that Pauly had like uncorked something and had like tried to pour had poured it in, and then you also noticed that there is what appears to be like a toenail in your beverage, and it's like bubbling. And you throw it in Pauly's face. And so Pauly,
it's a 7. That was terrible.
It splashes on.
I rolled a 4.
It splashes on you with that incredible roll, gets in your eyes, and like the toenail is like dangling on your beak. And it sort of stings your eyes, and you can kind of feel this like burning and bubbling in your face as it sort of gets in your little nose as well, like the little nose holes you have on your beak, or however the fuck birds have noses. I don't know.
Yeah, there's holes on the top.
Just gets all in your business. Ymir was very accurate. Now, Pauly, you as it splashes into you, you feel this sort of fire start burning within your skin. And within your muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just double check. Okay, for the next hour, your strength score is 25.
Oh, really?
As you feel incredibly strong.
I'm gonna push Ymir.
So give me a contested athletics check. So each of you give me an athletics check.
Yep. Athletics? Is that increased because of my strength?
I've just updated your thing in Foundry. But if you're rolling from D&D Beyond, you might need to manually update.
Change it. I can go to Foundry. That's fine.
So you now have a +9 to athletics.
Plus 9.
I mean, you only had +7, so.
No, that was the acrobatics. I was +1 for athletics. Is it? Yeah, +1.
Because you were on -1 strength before this. You were on -1 modifier.
Correct.
Now you're on a +7 modifier. Still not great though. You're not quite used to this new strength.
New strength yet? Yeah, fair.
But even with that though, you kind of overshoot, but in doing so, kind of push Ymir back, and almost lose your own footing in the process. Both of you kind of slamming into the bar a bit. Like it's almost like you're wearing you're wearing a big old muscle suit. You're just not used to this kind of new bulk that you've got going on.
Yeah, perfect. That's fine.
In retaliation to being pushed, Ymir springs back to his feet. Actually, no. From on my back, he flicks his leg out and tries to trip Pauly over, bringing him to the ground.
All right, so give
That'd
me
that'd be acrobatics, wouldn't it?
That'll be athletics or acrobatics, whichever you prefer. It's going to be versus his athletics or acrobatics.
+9 is beautiful.
What
do I need to roll? Do whatever he rolls.
Effectively.
Okay.
Or like, or whatever you think is going to be your strongest. So he tries to shove you back effectively and kind of trip you over.
No. I try to kick his legs out from under him.
You try and kick his legs out
back.
from under him, but it is like kicking a tree. Like he just stands firm.
He hasn't rolled yet.
No, I've seen it. It's there because he rolled it to me.
I'm private GM. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, a spicy one. Looks like now you have you've become a little bit more accustomed to this strength. One of the problems though, Pauly, is your nose, your schnoz receptors are overwhelmed with a smell that I think. Wow, I don't want to tell you how it makes you feel. You tell me how it makes you feel. The burning smell, it's almost like the smell of burnt hair and sweat. And you unmistakably know this smell as Fire Giant.
Oh, God. Well, I'll be honest. I freak out. Pauly freaks out once he smells giant.
It's like in your mouth. It's like in your nose.
Essentially, I'm enraged at this point. You know what I mean? Like I'm scared and angry at the same time. Like a caged animal.
Yeah. As you think,
Caged bird in your natural habitat.
You've sort of been, you've been hit by Ymir. You look down, the bit of toenail falls off your beak onto the floor, large enough to be a fire giant's toenail, and seem to have been sort of a core ingredient of this potion.
Right.
Thorendir quickly seeing this is like, oh, there's a fight in our hand, lads. And he quickly uses Mage Hand to draw out a square around them. And it's like, bets on the parrot, or bets on the fucking stoic Ymir. Take your bets, lads. Take your bets. Who will win?
Roll it out.
Carlos comes out. Carlos comes out in a thong, holding up a one sign.
Thanks.
All right. Well, let's brawl it out. Let's go.
How do you
Especially
guys?
Now, like, I guess my way of seeing it is from smelling giant and then looking at Ymir. I am enraged. I am furious. And it's like I barely see Ymir. I see my like Pauly sees his old master in Ymir's face.
So how do we want to resolve it? Is this sort of like that you guys are having a wrestle? I assume no bladed weapons are coming out.
No, this is just a punch on.
Big old fashioned hoot down.
All right. Well, how's the best way to do this? I mean, regular unarmed attacks are kind of like a D20 plus your strength modifier.
What was that? Sorry.
D20 plus your strength modifier.
Right.
Well, you can roll. You can literally just hit unarmed strike in Forge.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep, it's already got a thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I guess it's probably just a grapple. Like it's a fight to see who gets knocked down first.
Either that, or it's athletics checks, and obviously, Ymir, as a meta level reminder, If you rage, you have advantage on athletics checks, whereas Pauly just currently has more strength. So, but we'll let the dice decide. Let's do best of 3 and see where we get. I think that's kind of fair. This is sort of a best of 3 wrestle.
What are we rolling then? Athletic?
It's going to be athletics or acrobatics, depending on if you want to explain to me story-wise how we'll let the dice kind of play it out. If everyone's happy with that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds
Fine
good.
by me.
Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Well, I'm gonna start by doing this.
Rage.
So Ymir, how does Ymir get into rage mode?
He just gets up really fucking pissed off, and he's like, "I hate this fucking bird," and he makes this sound. There we go. He's waving the hat in the air, just like, "Argh!"
Love it. The bartender's starting to like take the good shit off the shelf.
and Thorendir casts invisibility and starts taking the good shit off the shelf. I'm joking.
Do I would I be getting advantage for attacks too, seeing as I'm fighting one person who are by themselves?
Do you get advantage, or does it allow to do your sneak attack, which I think is a little bit different?
You're right. Sorry, it is just the sneak attack.
Yeah, there is no sneak attack because you're right fucking in front of me.
Yeah, because you're not trying to do damage to each other. You're just trying to sort of pin each other to the ground.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
All right, done.
So
Okay, do you want
first
to roll
round.
first or do you want me to roll? Mm-hmm.
I get advantage on all my rolls, don't I?
Yeah. So if you roll with it, well, both of you roll. Ymir with advantage, Pauly, however you'd like, either athletics or acrobatics. I'm assuming athletics in this regard.
Oh,
a nice
shit.
dirty 20 out of Ymir.
Oh shit! Fuck!
Ymir, you come in strong with that rage. Exploding forward, chairs being knocked out of the way. You slam into Pauly. Pauly goes back a few inches, but then the talons dig in and gouge out pieces of the wooden floor as Pauly starts pushing you back and is able to kind of get you down to one knee here. We'll go round 2.
All right. Well, in round 2, could I roll like a sleight of hand to do like an underhanded try and bring him down to my level?
Ooh, that sounds pretty cool. All right, so that he can't rely on his athletics.
Exactly.
All right, so let's do a. I think this potentially could be a sleight of hand versus perception, to see if he sees this move coming and is able to kind of get out of the way, right?
Okay.
Well, that sucks.
Oh!
That absolutely sucks. I can't get advantage on sleight of hand.
No, unfortunately not. As Pauly's kind of you're trying to bring the arm you try and bring the other arm around, doing the ancient Valsen traditional go for the rucksack move. And
you forget that the birds don't have rucksacks.
That Pauly.
No, I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to kneecap the motherfucker.
Yeah, we're trying to get in behind. A little bit.
I've been disconnected.
But Paul, you kind of see it coming, and let's go a final round of athletics checks to see if you can finish him down here.
Oh yeah, one last thing.
Alright.
Ymir is by this point has had just about enough of this bullshit.
These goddamn parrots on his godforsaken tavern.
I've had it with these goddamn parrots in this godforsaken tavern. So Ymir,
Okay, I just
what would he have to roll against me if I tried to do an intimidation check? Like he gets up and he's just like, I fucking had it with this shit.
Tell you what, if he, I'll get him to make a wisdom saving throw, and if he fails that, he will have disadvantage on his next athletics check.
Okay. Hey, Dan, sorry to interrupt. I can't log back in. It's not letting me.
Oh, are you able to log in as someone else?
My name's grayed out.
Yeah, so it still thinks you're connected, so it hasn't like disconnected you yet.
I'm just going to refresh the page to see if that works.
Yeah.
So make your wisdom saving throw.
Pretty good.
That's a pretty good one.
That's pretty decent.
Oh, no.
No, you rolled with disadvantage, Ymir. You don't
There
need
we
to roll.
go.
You don't need to roll your intimidation with disadvantage.
How do I roll with advantage?
Or just you just roll normally.
That'd help.
Woof, yeah. So, Pauly, you think as you are sort of on top of the world with this giant strength, you've overcome by your own rage, but Ymir gives you that look.
No, he just screams. He's like, "I'm fucking done."
and
I can do.
and
Do you wanna
it
listen to
rocks
something with
you
the volume
to
up? Do you
your
want to put
core.
headphones on?
So
way you don't
now
have
give
to,
me
like,
the.
Put the volume down too much.
Oh. All right, I'll just wait for Jacob to be
Disadvantage?
done.
No,
Yeah.
headphones on.
So give me an
Yeah,
athletics
I
check
can-
with disadvantage, and Ymir give me a regular.
Sorry,
or give me
my
your
mic was still on.
advantage, rage-infused athletics check.
It's control. It's control, right?
Controls
To do
disadvantage.
athletics.
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, disadvantage. Good roll back though.
How do I?
Ooh.
That wasn't with advantage.
Just roll it
No,
again
go to
and take the higher
roll it
result.
again.
Okay.
Oof.
Shit.
So despite being rocked to his core, Paul. Oh my god, what kind of fucking roll was that? A 13 and an 18. Jesus. So Paul, you kind of give some ground, but then you hearing this this roar, edging into the it's no longer in common, Ymir, or you don't even hear Ymir saying, "I'm done with this shit" in common. Like all you can hear is giant speak in your ear.
Yep.
And you slam Ymir onto the ground.
Can I headbutt it?
Would I not have said that in giant because Ymir's a Goliath and he speaks giant?
Sure. Yeah. Sorry.
Go on.
I'm just narrating. Mate, you tell me, dude. I'm just trying to make it flavorful.
When Ymir gets very angry, he reverts back to his base instinct.
Yes.
So that
Same,
would be
bro.
more, and is enraged. So he's already enraged, and now he's pissed off. So like, I imagine he's like Super Saiyan 4, like just like big forehead in it. Like,
But I mean, seeing as his fight's going, it's kind of like Goku and Vegeta, Pauly being Goku. You had your time on top, buddy.
Timmy, hey, you want to let me finish my turn? That'd be nice. Thanks, bud.
The fucking sass.
I'm gonna let you
Boy.
finish.
Fucking hell.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Fucking, he turns around and he just yells, "I fucking had it" in giant, and goes to like just walk away.
Oh,
Because
you
if it
mean
continues-
Underdark Edition?
No, but
because if it
you don't get
continues,
to-
he goes to walk away.
Hold on.
I'm not saying he does
Sorry,
walk away.
D-Marts. Yeah, correct.
for
You don't
fuck's
walk
sake.
away.
Nah, I'm done for
You
today.
did the roll.
I'm done.
So, okay.
Whoa.
What?
So the way the strength contest between Ymir and Pauly, Ymir yells at I assume yells at Pauly, "I'm fucking done." And Pauly kind of slams him into the ground. But then sort of Pauly, you stand there, sort of breathing deeply, sort of. I don't know. I don't want to tell you how Pauly would feel, but you've sort of done the thing.
Yeah, I basically just wanted to best him and then knock him out because I'm just over it. That was the point of that, really.
And Ymir kind of gets up. I'm gonna just role play for Dylan at this stage, seeing he's relinquished it. Gets up, spits on the ground, and sort of just storms off out into the sort of the back area of the pub, swiping a drink from a patron as he walks by, is just glaring at him, and kind of stomps off out the back.
I'm just gonna get a coin out of my pouch and just like flick it to Thorendir.
That's funny.
Uh,
What coin was that there, Matt?
Hmm?
A copper piece?
What have I got? I think I've just got copper pieces. Hang on a second. Wait, do I even have any money? Holy shit! No, I've only got gold pieces. So I'll flick your 1 gold piece.
Oh, baby.
oh, daddy, hello.
Hey, big spender.
Huh?
Hey, big spender.
Hey, big spender.
Cool.
Hey,
Right
look,
now,
I had money on Emir, so like.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I
right.
had money on my Parrot boy.
well, with that done, Gundren, tell us about this map.
He's just so caught up in the excitement, he's totally forgotten about Matt. He says, "Well, see here, lads. This map passed down through the Rockseeker clan for generations. Lead us to the old Spellforge. My ancestors used this place and used the power of sick beats and a lit dance floor to craft the very magical artifacts that can be found amongst these areas. But they were brought low by some sort of orcish attack. All direction of them wiped off the map, so to speak, and has been lain bare and empty for the last 300 years, a generation or more for my people, and is only spoken about in whispers among the rock seekers. And this is what brought our family low. But my grandfather, he handed me this map and he said, Gundren, you and your brothers need to find this place, rekindle the Spellforge, and make those holes sing again. And that will bring great honor and glory and much wealth to the Rockseeker family. Now, Thorendir, Pauly, Winfred, the Sleeping Towel, Mr. Giant, will you help me recover my family's birthright and take a share in the inevitable riches to come?
I don't want your riches, cousin, but I will always be there to help you. Though I'm not sure about my party. They all quite look at me like they want to be well paid, so I don't want to be flayed alive by their fucking wits, so I guess we will take our share indeed. And I say you won't be diving into your family holes alone as you reclaim your honor and your
Well,
place among the dwarven lords.
I
Yes, Winfred.
I sort of like raised my hand. I was like, my pot's fixed. And you realize that your deal with Winfred has come to its end. And he's sort of very, very happily chowing away at his honey. But you realize you've got to renegotiate your deal with Winfred. Otherwise, he's just going to walk off.
Well, Winfred, I see you've had your pot fixed, and you helped us out of that forest. And I say we took quite a liking to you there, my boy. And I say,
His ears sort of pop up at that. I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
how would you say you join us on our crusade to take back these mighty caves and restore the honor of my cousin's clan? I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be easy, but I say I've taken quite a liking to you and your humble ways, and also your honorable ways for being even so humble a creature. And I say I don't mean to take you under my liege. I say, would you come with us as companions, as battle brothers, as friends, under the name Grimsbane?
Winfred really likes the idea of coming along as partners, as opposed to being sort of
subsidiary.
subsidian territory to everybody else.
Yeah.
So he sort of gets up on his hind legs and stands very tall, and you just hear this very deep voice come from Winfred that you haven't heard before. Be like, Thorendir, you have a deal.
By golly, I think someone's had a bit too much honey. It's gone to their vocal cords. You didn't loosen up what was left in there. Oh, you playing possum this whole time, you dear devilishly berry bastard.
And he goes to shake your hand and sort of like slaps your hand with his almighty sound, and agrees to join the party permanently.
Yeah, and Thorendir, as he does to all his battle brothers, comes in and gives him a big old bro hug, which is like essentially like, have you ever seen like, you know, them little kids at the store like cuddling their dad's legs? Like, I'm envisioning that right now. Mr. 4.5 foot here, Thorendir, cuddling this 8.5 feet fucking tall bear. Essentially, I come up to your belly button, dude. It's hilarious. Wait, I'm pretty. Yeah, bears have belly buttons, don't they? They're mammals.
They got. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know.
Well, if they do, it's all under all the fur. So.
Probably. But and then Winfred sort of lowers himself down again and sits back on the floor and starts packing up his honeycomb into his iron pot, and seals it with a lid. And goes and says like, "Okay, when are we setting off?"
Well, I assume the wake is gonna go for probably 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 days if it's a obviously good one there. And I say we can't have you unfed. Barkeep! I say, get my dear friend here some finest cuts of meat this establishment has to offer. He's a hungry bear after all, and he's barely had his fill.
As we as we fade to black, we see the camera pans out. We see the inn. We see the revelry going in place. Pauly perhaps doing feats of strength, lifting up tables and so on. As the hour passes, though, that strength does fade from you. You feel weak and spindly and scrawny again. Though you feel a great strength of heart, knowing that you confronted your demons, perhaps those within and those without.
Absolutely, yeah. Hence the feats of strength is lifting things.
Yeah, we see Thorendir, Gundren, and Sildar and Winfred all raising glasses. A round of honey mead is ordered for the 4 of you. And
honey mead.
We pan across. Of course, there's our old mate Carlos in the corner with 3 women as per usual. Pantsless probably, and we see Ymir kind of out the back in the kitchen with sort of a slab of cold meat to his face, reducing some of the swelling as the party and the sound of music rocks on into the night, and I think we'll call it there for this week.
Perfect.
Yeah, good.
I love the update today. It's good.
Yeah,
that was good. Oh, the map and the alcohol, fucking
brilliant. Sorry, I didn't mean to just basically say what.
That's all right. I think we could all see where it was going, but yeah.
I like calling people out in those shenanigans. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, all right, and I'll leave Timmy. I'll leave it with you to speak with Dylan and sort out where you two stand.
Yeah, he's already talking to me, but he's having a go at me.
Look, I think I might mediate between you two. All right, you've had enough, all right?
Look, I'll mediate between you two at the table, but I'm definitely not going to do it off the table. So you guys are going to deal with that. If you both stay on the call, both stay on the table. I will mediate a scene as I have done.
You cut out there.
I will mediate a scene as I have done on the table, but you guys sort it out offline. So
yeah, fair.
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep Pauly and Ymir as far away. Not Pauly, fucking Pauly, isn't it? Or Polly?
Yeah, Pauly.
Pauly, yeah. Yeah, as far away as possible. That was funny as fuck.
Also, like I actually fucked up because I saw that Dylan posted a bunch of loyalty points for the DM twist. It didn't actually hit its milestone. I just thought I was like, oh, that's so many. It must have done it. And so obviously we got the I had to roll, and we got a death in the family.
Oof.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I like the death of the family. It was good fun.
There's also other options if people want to, well, next time, or even yourselves, if you've saved up, you wants to impart inspiration, sort of advantage to the players or to the DM. I'm also allowing that to be an option.
Just chuck it out, babe. I was actually really looking forward to showing you guys what Dan and I planned on Sunday, but we might have to wait till next week now.
Yeah, we only had sort of one brief fight at the start of the sesh with the orcs.
Oh no! And I missed it. Damn it. Okay, that's all right. That's my bad.
But naps are important though.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah,
Naps
but
are
I think
very important.
it sounds like, and I will prepare in this direction. It sounds like you will be setting off to find the cave of the old Spellforge, the Rockseeker Spellforge, next week.
Ooh.
Unless I know there were some side quests that Pauly had, but obviously he hasn't been around.
Is Pauly even going to remember it? Because I'm going to drill him hard if he brings it up, like if he ever joins the session. No, JR actually had a lot of shit to do at the moment today.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's fair.
He had to get his full drive ready for the weekend, and I think he's like rear-end muffler or something finally just came today. So it was like he's been working on his car all day. So.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, because I mentioned before, and he was like, "Dude, bro, I'm fucking spent," and I'm just like, "You just working on your car all day, bruz?" And he's like, "No, I got to get ready for this weekend." I'm like, "Oh fuck." Yeah.
What's happening this weekend?
I don't know, doing something. He lives in Gippsland, dude, so he's not under restrictions. So.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Yeah, their whole.
He's able to actually do things.
Yeah, which really sucks because all my good mates are now went home apparently because they said they could no longer afford their rent where they're staying. They do still pay it. They've just gone home to get on the piss at the pubs with each other while they're all not working, and they message me every day about it. Which sucks
just to really rub it in.
Yeah, but are they playing in a D&D campaign? No, losers. What are they doing? Nothing.
We play every Saturday.
Oh.
And me and the DM, my mate Jacko, the only people who aren't in Gippsland, and we're like every fucking Saturday or Sunday, we're like, are we just gonna drive down and break through the patrol and go piss up at the pub with them? But we don't because we're good boys.
Good boys. Yeah, my plan is going camping in 3 weeks if restrictions ease. We're going to get some groups together and go to Paradise Valley out east. But, fingers crossed. Cross them if you got them for us poor city folk.
Yeah, I've seen the same 4 walls for the past 7 months. As soon as I can, I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge and going camping.
Yeah, I'm going to, I don't know, maybe see the inside of the Blackout, maybe. I don't know. That seems pretty fun. I haven't had one of them for a long time.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of keen for pubs to open again because it means extra work for me. Which would be nice.
I'm not because my pub's not going to reopen. So I actually.
Well, let's not talk about that because I'm still sad.
Yeah,
about
it's like pubs can reopen, but it's like, where am I going to be drinking?
Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up, by the way, because whoever inherits Hats as regulars is going to have to put up with our shit. So,
yep.
Where are we all going to go?
I'll figure something out.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Because I have a feeling wherever you end up working, we're just going to go and flock to. As we always have done.
I'm probably getting out of Dodge for a bit though. I've got to I've got some shit, so I'm probably going to Warrigal anyway. Because I actually cannot afford my rent.
Damn.
Look at you. And so, fucking another one of my best mates breaking quarantine to go out the country. You bastards, all of you. I hate you all. But no. Ironically, it means you'll be closer to me in Warrigal.
Absolutely correct.
by about
Yeah, technically I will be closer.
4 minutes, I think.
No.
I'm going to end the stream there, lads, and keep chatting with my friends. Thank you very much for hanging out this long. I'll close out the last Stream Raiders battle as well. And let's go give a little bit of love to another D&D group from Australia. If you haven't already hit follow, I think that'd mean a lot to this channel in general. To me or them, I don't really mind. And it looks like they're also playing a Phandelver game, a Lost Mines of Phandelver as we are. So get a little bit more D&D, get a little bit more of that Oz specialness, and we'll be back next week on maybe Tuesday or Wednesday for some more D&D. So thanks for hanging out.
But yeah. Oh shit, I'm still on stream.
Yeah, I'm just transitioned us out, and we're going to go raid someone, and I'm going to finish my drink and call it a night.
Cool.
Thanks, DM Daddy.
I'm going to end mine too.
Have a lovely night, boys. I'll chat to you later.
You too, boo.
See you, mate.
Yeah.